This day, 25 years ago, soldiers of the Indian Army braved the challenging terrain of Kargil as they reclaimed what was rightfully theirs. Hundreds of soldiers fought valiantly as they battled not just hostile enemies, but hostile terrain and recaptured the mountain heights that were occupied by the Pakistani army over the winter months of 1998. Now, Operation Vijay, launched in May 1999, finally culminated on July 26, 1999, over 2 months later, with India securing victory while also suffering significant casualties. The country lost nearly 500 of its men in uniform. The stories of bravery and heroism of Captain Vikram Batra, Captain Anuj Nair, Lieutenant Vijay Thapar, and hundreds of unsung heroes from the war continue to inspire future generations. To commemorate the 25th anniversary of Operation Vijay, the Prime Minister will be in Dras today, where he will visit the Kargil War Memorial and pay tribute to the fallen soldiers. Following this, the Prime Minister will also carry out the first blast of the Shinkan La tunnel project virtually. The project aims to provide all-weather connectivity to Leh and will be the highest tunnel in the world once completed. It's not just a strategic asset that will contribute to the Army's efficient movement. The tunnel will also provide an economic push to the region. I remember the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has actually tweeted out a tribute saying that today, on the 25th anniversary of Kargil Vijay Divas, we remember the spirit and courage of the brave soldiers who fought valiantly in the 1999 war. Their unwavering commitment, valor and patriotism ensured that our country remains safe and secure. Their service and sacrifice will continue to inspire every Indian and our coming generations. Beyond this, the President, Draupadi Murmu, also offered tribute to the soldiers on the 25th anniversary of Kargil Vijay Divas, saying, and I quote, and she hailed the courage and extraordinary valor of the country's armed forces on the occasion of the 25th anniversary.
He will pay respects and homage to those martyrs who laid down their lives for the nation here in Dras. The mountain peaks you see behind were the battlefield, and fortunately we have with us Colonel R.K. Verma, who was heading the signal unit back in 99 here in Dras. So, Mr. Verma, what sort of memories you have with Kargil war, and what was your job, and how valiant our soldiers were at that moment?
I'll start phase one by one. Firstly, the memories. This is one of those war which is fought without any preparation, because we never planned to go for war. Atalji has gone for the peace mission, and so we were, but in the defensive mode. However, in Valley, terrorism was on, so a lot of troops from this place was moved to Valley for the countering terrorism operation. We had less amount of troops, and in general practice, because of troops had moved to the Valley, there are certain posts which was difficult to maintain. They were like Siachen. So those posts used to get vacated, and they were vacated, and in summer we used to reoccupy it. In the meantime, if I remember correctly, 3rd of May 99, myself and my GOC was giving presentation to Vice Chief in Delhi for modernization of communication in this entire sector, known as Modcom 102. We came back from there, and suddenly the news came. I declared 7th of May, GOC moved to Kargil. And I said, without communication, how can you, what do you do? He said, wait here, I'll give you a ring. Within 2 hours, I got a ring. You move your regiment to Da, where I am pushing, because that time only Batalik sector was, people were found that enemy has reached there. So we had to move to Bataliks. In that sector, Da, GOC told me, you move to Da. And by time 70 brigade was pushed from Valley to Da. Their brigade headquarters is not reached properly. So he said, you are senior most officer, you take care and establish communication there. After establishing communication, next 2 days, I was called at headquarters, which was established at the Kargil. The sector which was 3D, now you can't imagine, it was from Jojila, Rohtang Pass, and KK Pass. Area subscribed with 3 points was entirely responsible of 3D. Imagine the vastness of the area and the less number of troops. Today, in this entire area, you have more than core plus troops, at least 3 to 4 times troops. So troops were dispersed. When we came to know about this communication, troops started coming in from Valley and other places. Now artillery guns were coming, artillery battery were coming. There is no place except the road axis where they could deploy. So now my job was to provide communication to each and every unit which is coming. So it was lateral communication and the resources were quite less. So during that time, I had to put all my men, even the officers, JCOs, clerks, except for cooks, all were linemen. They all were lined for this sector. Fortunately,
Fortunately, we won this war. Our Bravehearts fought Pakistan, pushed back to them to their positions, and we recaptured all those mountain peaks, be it Tiger Hill, the Gun Hill, and other
even Batalik
Batalic sector as well. So, I want to ask you how improved our advanced Indian Army is at the moment. What you understand from ground zero?
okay. Nowadays, if I tell you, there is something like Akash Patal, where is on ground, not today on sky. That is the type of advancement it has taken place. Not in number of troops, not in number of equipment, but in the terms of technology, we have advanced so much. You'll be surprised to know during Kargil war, I had to use equipment as old as Second World War equipment. I had to integrate with satellite communication, modern and handheld satellite communication. So that was the problem. And now today you have everywhere satellite communication up to the posts.
Yeah, and road infrastructure all along this sector has been improved. We are at advanced stage, and I want to ask you: a lot of our soldiers, in fact, 527 soldiers, laid down their lives for the nation while fighting Pakistan on these high mountain peaks. What memories you have of your unit and with martyrs, particularly of unit?
I'll tell you, my unit was one luckiest unit who never had single casualty, though my men were moving along the forward troops providing communication. I had 2 incidents I must narrate about communication especially. You see, that time TV used to give coverage. Lot of coverage were wrong also. One of the officers about him, it was on TV it came that he is no more. Where he was alive, he was being treated underground hospital in the Kargil. So now it was my responsibility to make sure that he speaks to his family. Otherwise, anybody speaking family will not get satisfied. And from underground, you can't get satellite communication. So during operation, I modified handheld satellites set so that antenna can go outside, and I made them speak to their family.
Okay, so that was the responsibility of Mr. Verma to ensure that the families speak to army jawans and army officers. There was a lot of other responsibilities with regard to the Kargil battle. But yes, after 25 years, we are celebrating Kargil Vijay Divas, and here those army jawans and officers who laid down their lives for the nation are being remembered. Today, Prime Minister is shortly expected to be at War Memorial.